Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to Fantastic Friday Showdown. Absolutely. FFS. I'm not sure if that name was deliberate, but it's certainly eye-catching. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a stream taken from Prince of Carthage's channel. It's a hard name to say. He posted last week on the ESOP forums here. He said, it's been a long time since the golden days of weekend AoE3 streams. I specifically refer to Saturday Smackdown by myself and Zuta. Yeah, it has been a long time. Saturday Smackdown's been gone for a while now. More info in that podcast that I did with Zuta. But I do have plans in the works, in the pipeline. But yes, I acknowledge it's been a long time. This guy, I don't really think he's ever casted before. I may be wrong, but I really liked his enthusiasm, especially if it was his first time. The game knowledge is there. And personally, I think just with a more clear microphone, this guy would be well on his way to being a pretty alright shoutcaster. This week, he managed to round up H2O and Kaiserklein to play a best of 5. No prize pool, just for fun, but he does have a format. Today's format, feel free to pause the video or click on the link in the description to check that out. By the looks of it, it changes each week. He actually posted moments ago, this was last week, but he now has, by the looks of it, another thread up. Yeah, FFS, Fantastic Friday Showdown 2, Episode 2. And looks like there's new game rules and a different format. So, looks like it's going to be weekly. I'm pretty excited to see that. Someone taking initiative, someone trying to make stuff for the community. So, good for him, really. I asked him if he had a place to upload it. He said he didn't, so I offered to put it on the community channel. And this is where he'd like it. So for anyone that is interested, this is where we will be uploading the videos for the foreseeable future, until he tells me otherwise, I suppose. Before I click the play button, though, I do have a quick message. I am sorry, I acknowledge there has been fewer videos on the channel recently. To cut a long story short, I've been busy. I'm not busy anymore. And I also think that 4 videos a week was too many. I sort of burnt myself out, so I will be cutting that down to 3. So there will be 3 videos a week, and anything extra on top of that is just bonus. But there'll always be 3. Also, Age of Empires 1, the definitive edition, is now out. So you can expect to see some of that, especially during this first couple of weeks whilst it's brand new and shiny. But without further ado, enjoy the Fantastic Friday Showdown. Timestamps and matchups are available in the description below, as always.
So we are ready to rock and roll for the first Fantastic Friday Showdown between H2O and Kaiser. H2O is playing Portuguese and Kaiser is playing Spain. Map is ESOC Highplains. I would also like to take this opportunity and thank the patch team for making such an amazing patch, and map makers for creating such great maps, and also Queen of Destiny, who helped me a lot in getting the stream set up. Game number 1, H2O versus Kaiser. In color red, on top of the map we have Kaiser playing Spain, and in color blue, on bottom of map we have H2O playing Portuguese. So mines and hunts seem fairly equal for both of them. H2O quickly gathering crates and moving all villagers to food. Kaiser going for a house. And H2O also plopping up his house there. So H2O is going to pick up 70 XP, that means he'll get his first shipment fast. Both players are exploring the map, and this is not a good treasure to take. We have 60 XP here, and Kaiser might take it. Yes, he's going to go for it. This map has very high amount of trade posts. As you can see, there are 5 trade posts. So advanced trading post, which makes trade posts cheaper, is a good card on this map. Let's see, Kaiser's take now. He also has advanced trading posts, so we can expect some fighting for over the trade posts, and trade posts will be the central point of strategy for both the players here. Here is a villager treasure, which is a very good treasure, and both the players have scouted it, so they definitely would try to take it. But H2O had scouted a tomahawk treasure, and this will definitely give him advantage. The dog which Spain has, but Portuguese explorer doesn't. Oh, and he has also seen the treasure. First shipment coming in for H2O, which is advanced trading post. And 3 villagers coming in for Kaiser. Oh, he's going to get it. He's going to get the treasure. Kaiser is going to steal this treasure. This is going to be a huge advantage for him in Age 1. He can potentially deny H2O the trade posts. H2O saying GG here because he potentially cannot take the trade post now since Kaiser has native and he will use it to kill his explorer. Kaiser and H2O both are aging up and they'll age up at fairly same time. Kaiser receiving his second shipment, which is advanced trading post, and he's also beginning to build trade posts now. He'll get 1 trading post up, but now his explorer is going to die. He's using villager to build a second trade post here, and Kaiser is doing the same as well. So H2O's explorer going down, but it has gone down near a trade post, so it will revive once he edges up. So H2O has edged up with 400 wood, which is pretty standard for Portuguese. Putting the TC in the middle of the map to take map control, which is a good idea. And Kaiser has edged up with 500 food. You would usually see Spain edging up with 200 coin and an outpost wagon, but he has decided to edge up with 500 food here. This was very good here, taking the villager back and using explorer to build that trade post. Not only it builds faster, but it also saves villager seconds, which will be used to gather resources. So third trade post for H2O has been denied, and H2O has decided to start with a stable. Kaiser looks to do some kind of fast fortress here, 500 footage up and 700 coin. Market going down for H2O. Looks like some kind of colonial play from H2O here. There is also a very good treasure, 1 CDB. None of them have taken it. And Kaiser plopping down his market now. So he's going to siege down this trading post with native and the explorer, and he's going to take it for himself. So the recalculated economic population is 17 villagers for H2O and 18 for Kaiser. As you can see, Kaiser is 1 shipment ahead of H2O. The dog's going down, and here the explorer will also go down, but he will build a trading post before. Oh, 5 dogs from Kaiser here, so he cannot kill the explorer now. Kaiser has his 5th shipment ready, which he has not sent yet, which will probably be sent in Age 3, and he nearly has the resources to age up now, while H2O is nowhere near aging up. This is Hussars going for raid, herding from H2O. Using dogs as military units is quite good here because he doesn't have to build a military building here and he can still defend himself. But they are going to go down now. Again making 5 villagers, and Kaiser has started to go to H3. These dogs are very good. They have 18 hand attack and 123 HP. So as you can see, he has just defended a 4 hussar raid with just dogs and nothing else. 5 villagers coming in for Kaiser, so this is a very boomy build from him. 700 coins, 700 wood, and then 5 villagers, and he's 1 shipment ahead of H2O. The explorer goes down, but all the hussars are now dead, so there is no real raiding option for H2O here, and he's looking to edge up as well, sending 700 coin. A stable is being built by Spanish player here. One barracks and another stable going down for H2O here. H2O has also started edging up. And text being researched. The exiled prince fast edge up here for H2O. So despite aging up very late, he will be fairly quick to H3 because Spain doesn't have fast edge up and he has edge up 4 hussars. And he has made 5 hussars from stable, and in total he has 9 hussars which are going for a raid now. H2O has edged up. Kaiser trying to raid here. Oh, it's stuck here. He might lose this wagon here. Oh, okay, his luck. He has put it. But still it is very low HP and Kaiser can siege it. And yes, it is going to go down before it goes up. Unlucky there. H2O was really unlucky there. The wagon got stuck. 1,000 coin coming in, and what is Spanish gold coming in for Spain. Let's see what its shipment does. I'm not sure what Spanish gold does. Oh, so basically you receive 400 extra coin with every shipment. So 1,000 coin for H2O. You can expect him to send Mamelukes now. And he has few goons out to defend from raids. Thousand wood coming, and as you can see, the 400 coin has came in for him because of the Spanish gold shipment which he had sent. So he has basically received 1,400 resources. A barracks going down for Kaiser. So Kaiser is still training hussars, and H2O is getting an arsenal up, which is for dragoons, which will give him +2 range, and he's training Cassados here. Veteran upgrade on hussars. 1,000 food coming in for Kaiser. The shipments are really paying off now. But Portuguese player is way ahead in economy now. He has 40 villages compared to 32 for Spain. Nine rods coming in for Kaiser. These are basically anti-cavalry. units, and they're very fast. That's a very huge amount of Dragoon mass for H2O. And he's going for a raid. Possibly one villager will go down here with his dogs attacking him. So H2 is really putting pressure on Kaiser here. Kaiser has lost his second villager and economic difference is increasing now. Although Kaiser has a bit of a military advantage here, but it still looks H2O favored because he has ranged units and exactly the units which counter Kaiser's army composition here. If H2O gets caught in a hand fight, then he loses, but as long as he can keep it at range, he will win. Kaiser is popped now and his house is going down. 2 cannons coming in for Kaiser now. This should give him an advantage over the army because this will render his infantry useless as long as those cannons are alive. Few skirmishes popping out for him. And this is just not just a 2 cannon shipment, it is 2 cannons plus 400 gold. Dragoon combat coming in for H2O, and he has got the range upgrade for Dragoon which gives them plus 2 range. Those rods are snaring the Dragoons and Dragoons are now caught in hand fight, which is not good for him because they'll lose to this composition if they get caught in hand combat. So Kaiser is now going to take the trade posts here. He already has a shipment advantage here and now he's denying the XP to his opponent, which will further give him the shipment advantage. But many of the H3 shipments have been sent now and I'm not sure what is there to send. He still can send Lancers. Yes, but resource and most of the unit shipments are already sent. H2O sniping some skirmishers here. H2O coming in for a raid here and he's going to lose one Hussar is alive. So H2O has fairly good map control and Kaiser is starting to run out of hunts here. Although he has this hunt, he should have heard it. Five Hussars have been sent to bolster his military by Kaiser. So he has a very huge Dragoon mass and they can one hit these cannons now, but he has lost. Oh, that was such a good hit. He has lost so many Cassadors here. But these cannons are not as effective versus cavalry as they are effective versus infantry. So this Dragoon mass alone and 5 Hussars coming in from stable. So this has been a decisive victory here for H2O. Less percentage of infantry in army composition didn't matter much when you have so many guns. And that's GG from Kaiser's first game. H2O takes it. It's 1-0 now. H2O gathering most resources here, establishing early map control. Nearly starved Kaiser out at the end here. First going on this hunt and now going on this hunt. So Kaiser had no resources. He had to take that fight if he had to survive. And unfortunately he lost there. So this game goes to H2O. So like I said, a decisive military victory was there achieved by H2O. Losing barely any units here, while Kaiser lost almost 60 to 70% of his army. I would really say the civilizations victoried by both the players have really been strategic. H2O victoring Kaiser's best civilization in the map pool, and Kaiser as well victoring the best civilization H2O had in the map pool, that is India. So game number 2, currently score is 1-0 in favor of H2O. Game number 2 will be played in Arizona. H2O is playing Spain and Kaiser has selected to go for Russia. This is another map which is very trade post intensive, and as you can see there are 4 trade posts here. So once again we can expect a trade post oriented build orders from both the players, as well as a lot of fighting for trade posts here. So a lot of intense start macro here from H2O, killing the bison and then again retasking the villager to another bison. We are not seeing anything similar from Kaiser here so far. Okay, so I have to check for the herds and coins look fairly equal. Actually they look, H2O has a third mine which is slightly closer than Kaiser here, but both have 5 mines in their half and 4 hunts are nearby. So yes, this is a fair map, I would say. Fairly fair map, and Kaiser has scouted a villager treasure here. So far H2O has got 60 food and 30 coin. Kaiser has got a native scout here. That is again a good treasure here because he can use it to kill the explorer, but as H2O is Spain, he also has a dog, so it will be difficult. Both the players going for one house here. H2O taking 70 foot treasure here. This will surely fasten his age up. Let's have a look at decks if they have selected. So this is a standard Spanish deck, as we had seen. H2O Kaiser also had a similar deck last game. Spanish Gold is a shipment which is modified in ESOC patch, and it gives you 400 coin with every shipment. So this is something new which you do not see on RE version, but you get to see only on ESOC patch. So download it and enjoy the 400 gold shipment. 400 gold with every shipment. H2O has also scouted the villager treasure here, although I'm pretty sure he would have scouted it first. Kaiserklein getting 60 wood, and that is going to help him a lot get his first trade post faster than H2O. And H2O has 800 food and he is aging up now, while Kaiser is around 600 food. Usually you see Spain doing 16 villager age up, but as he got 70 foot it helped him and he's now doing 15 villager age up. Kaiser going for a standard 14 villager age up from Russia here. H2O has rescued a settler here. So this is also very good. He effectively has 16 villages now, but he's going to age up one villager faster. And Kaiser taking up some small trades like 40 food and 10 coin. 2 villagers are being sent forward here, and 1 villager fighting going on here. Here, Russia had scouted the Spanish villager, but I don't think he's going to contest it. So H2O taking 2 trade posts, while Kaiser is going for 1 trade post here. Using villagers to kill the dog. This is good. Very attentive to detail Kaiser here. Not missing out an opportunity to gain an advantage over his opponent. Villagers are being retasked now by H2O to food after gathering enough wood for 3 trading posts here. H2O is up to H2 now, and he has also decided to age up with 500 food. So I'm guessing this is pretty standard on ESOC patch. But on re-version of the game, you usually used to age up with an outpost and 200 coin. Russia edging up with 400 wood, which is standard. You can expect him to build a couple houses, maybe get a market up. He can't really get a second trading post here now because H2O has taken them. So no military building from H2O yet, and we have a very aggressive blockhouse from Kaiser directly on H2O's second hunt, besides the starting hunt of course. But H2O still has a hunt here, which if properly herded can be within the safe zones of TC. 5 Cossacks are out for Kaiser. They are on the raid, but they have been spotted and villagers have been put into safety of the town center. 1 villager might not go down, and he's not going to go down. Native scout has been killed although. So under the TC, Cossacks are taking a lot of damage here, and he has already lost 1 Cossack without managing to get a single settler, but 2 Cossacks are down and third will be down as well, but he has managed to kill the explorer. So for some time we won't be seeing dogs from Spain. And what is this villager doing here? So this villager is idle here, but and Kaiser was housed trying to make villagers. So a stable and a barracks is been built up by H2O. But what is this villager doing here? And this is very idle. This is sloppy from H2O. You should not have idle villagers, and this is for a very long time. So a fight is going on and the villager will be again to safety. So a lot of early pressure here in forms of raid by Kaiser, but he has not managed to do any effective damage apart from killing his explorer. And 5 musketeers are popping out for Kaiser. He got housed here. Imagine these 5 musketeers coming along with 5 Cossacks. This stable and his barracks might not be up for H2O. So the village is still idle here. He can at least put it on a mine here. Gather some coin in the meantime. But maybe the early raiding and early pressure, and he has not noticed that. So 5 hussars popping out for H2O. Some micro going on here. And he has managed to kill all the 5 musketeers without losing a single hussar. Very good micro from H2O here. But effectively Kaiser has denied H2O his second hunt, you can say the third hunt here, and he will be forced to take this hunt now. Explorer going down for Kaiser. This cliff here actually works to the advantage of H2O because this hunt is not in directly map control of Kaiser, so he has to put a new blockhouse here. Kaiser cannot deny this hunt to H2O without effectively crossing over. So finally the village has been retasked, and instead of mine he has opted to go for a hunt which has been herded away from Kaiser. So this is good because he can deny this hunt to Kaiser now. Kaiser is up to H3. Let's have a look at deck again to see what kind of play Kaiser might have. So he can potentially send 6 Opry here and raid them and use them for raiding here. But there is quite a military mass coming in for H2O. Kaiser has no military right now, and he's going to lose this blockhouse here. Trying to save his Hussar, but it dies in the end. Thousand wood coming in for Russia, and 5 cavalry archers. They're not really effective against X-bows here, but they do good amount of damage to Hussars. They're anti-hand cavalry. And H2O also has resources to age up, and he had started age up. Kaiser getting veteran Starlet upgrade here. And meanwhile, H2O had sent 5 villagers, so he has 32 villagers against 28 now. He also has trade post here, stagecoach update. I cannot see what those trade posts are kept. And for market, Kaiser has got hunting dogs and placer mines, while H2O has just got hunting dogs. "17 Starlets are sent, and all of a sudden now Kaiser has a military advantage, almost double the military in terms of number. But as we know, Russian units are not strong compared to their counterparts. So it's hard to say who has advantage. Clearly Kaiser has advantage here in terms of military, as he has H3 units. But once H2O is up to H3, tables will turn in his favor. Spain has powerful shipments which counter Russian army, like you have lancers, then you have hussars, you have rods. Well, Russia has only 20 starlets here, and this mercenary shipment, which is also a very good shipment, and it would be very good against lancers once H2O H's up. So H2O is being pushed off his hunts now, as you can see, and his forced to idle now. So even though, and he's going to get some starlets here before he has to pull his army back. So let's see what is the shipment. 2 cannons coming in for Kaiser. Still first H3 shipment waiting from H2O, and we are seeing 10 skirmishers popping out here. They should do a real good job. Oh, he's going into the army, and he'll manage to kill this army here, because skirmishers do a lot of damage against cavalry archers, and cavalry archers are not going to be able to defend so many hussars here. So he's going to lose his army. Minutemen have also been called out. 5 more cavalry archers coming in for Kaiser, but still this is a good fight for H2O. He has lost all the hussars here, but skirmishers are also very good against starlets. So basically his army counters the Russian army, and he's going to win this fight very convincingly. And cannons join the fight now. Now this is not good for H2O. Cannons counter infantry, and all H2O has is infantry here. So H2O is off the hunts now, and he's forced to gather only coin and only coin here. He's effectively gathering 0 food. He has 1 villager on food. He can he should build outposts here and try to get map control over there. Kaiser has lost the blockhouse there. So if H2O wants hunts, he has to hunt here. And micro going on, Kaiser killing one of the cannon. Probably the second cannon will be saved, but these cav archers are going to kill all the cannons here. And yes, second cannon goes down for Kaiser. He probably could have saved this cannon. He could have waited till cavalry archers kill the second cannon, but he effected to fight, and both the cannons from both the players are dead. And Kaiser have economic as well as military advantage here. This is a very cavalry archer based composition here. 6 uprich coming in for Kaiser, and they will be used for raiding. H2O doesn't have any safe hunts now. Neither does Kaiser, but Kaiser can build blockhouses. H2 can build outposts, but he has not built any outposts so far. So none of the players effectively have any safe hunts in the vicinity of their TC right now. And the 6 uprick are being used to siege down the trading posts. Trading posts are giving huge amount of resources to H2O. H2O is going to do similar and siege down this trading post as well. So the status quo remains. These 5 goons are being used to kill this hand cavalry, but trading post is going to go down before those goons reach. And Kaiser has not pulled them back, so he's not attentive here. He has not pulled them back still, so he's going to lose all those upright here. That was very sloppy from Kaiser. He recognizes that. And well, let's see military units here. So H2O has dragoons, hussars, and skirmishers, which is a good army composition. And Russia also has the same military composition. All the units are different. Sioux specific units such as cavalry archer, Cossacks, and Sterlets. This blockhouse is going to go down, and he doesn't have enough military here to defend against this. Like I said, Russian units are weaker than their other counterparts. So 48 units versus 62 units versus 79. H2 already has a unit count advantage here. There is no way Kaiser can win if he takes that fight there, and he knows that. That's why he's going back to TC. He has a huge Cossack mass here now. That was a good switch. H2O has fairly less amount of dragoons here and a well microed army, and H2O might not be able to defend this. He also has very few less hussars, and 12 packs coming from this will change the status quo of the fight here. But are they late? A villager coming in here fighting for his civilization, and this is a very good micro from Kaiser, pulling back all his hand cavalry and killing pikes and hussars. But H2O simply has a lot of mass, and he's going to clear this up here. Some of the skirmishes and 3 Cossacks coming in. Still, they're not going to do much to change the balance of the fight. But there's 5 Cossacks, but again, he has, for this amount of Cossacks, he has a fairly good amount of dragoons here. And this is GG from Kaiser. Game number 2 goes to H2O. So the current score is 2-0 in favor of H2O. Kaiser outgathering H2O here, despite H2O having 3 trading posts for majority of the game. This is due to the fact that he has a lot of villagers, and Russian villagers train faster, effectively. Also, he has wood trickle there. So this happened actually after Kaiser denied H2O his hunts. Otherwise, he was ahead in eco for some time there. Again, Kaiser losing all his fights here, and H2O not losing so much. So the end result is H2O 2, Kaiser 0. Okay, so we are back here for game number 3. H2O going Dutch and Kaiserklein going Sioux civilization here. And Kaiser is playing new Sioux for the first time. We are going to see it for the first time probably on stream here. Yes, H2O is having a little bit of fun here because Kaiser's both famous civilizations, France and Germany, were not included in the pool because France was not selected by Civ randomizer and Germany was being banned by H2O. So we are here back for game number 3 and the map has failed to load. Okay, so I have the map and let's hope it works this time. Game number 3 between Kaiserklein and H2O. The series is at match point now. H2O has 2 games to his name and it is a best of 5 series, so this might be the match point if H2O takes this game. And thankfully the map has also loaded, so everyone please pray to the map team. Thank them. Okay, so as we know that Dutch makes villagers from coins, so he's gathering coin crates and he actually has no food crate to start with, which is something very common on ESOC patch. And okay, we have a lag here, but okay, it was just a 1 moment lag. So H2O had to do something with its settings here and that idled his villager time for a few seconds here. Sioux civilization here is a very fast explorer and this is a very small 1v1 map. He can get the entire map explored in a matter of few seconds, minute or so, while Dutch is going to struggle exploring the map. What I want to say is that Sioux civilization here will know where the treasures are, good treasures, because he will have map explored and he will have a treasure advantage here. Also, there are a lot of cows on this map, so he will get them. But here H2O is fighting with Kaiser for selecting, for taking the cows, and he has successfully managed to get them back to his base. He has got 3 cows so far, while Kaiser has got 2 cows. Okay, so 0 and let's say H2O has 2 updating scoreable. H2O is going to take a foot treasure, 60-foot treasure here and a cow, while Kaiser is going to take 85 wood here, a 90 wood treasure here, which is very good for Sioux civilization because he can get a trading post faster. One of the speciality of this map is it has 4 trading posts, unlike like all the maps we have seen in the past, but it has 2 different trade routes, so upgrading one trade route won't affect the another trade route. So your players, both players can take both the trading posts, which are behind their bases and relatively safe in the TC line. And still, one player might be gathering XP while another player might be gathering resources, depending on who that stretch goes. So this is the new feature in ESOC patch. If you build a TP, it has a gather rate aura and it will help boost your gather rate. So having gathered 90 wood, he has built 1 TP near his town center, and this will give him a gather rate aura for this village, hunts, trees and mine here. And H2 managing to steal, not steal exactly because he found those cows, so managing to get another 3 cows here, and Kaiser desperately trying to block those cows from going, some intense micro going on from both the players, but H2O would be successful in getting the cows home, and I think one might die, but no, H2O has realized it, so none of the cow is going to die. And okay, so H2O is already aging up while Kaiser is not. 3 villagers coming in for both the villagers, both the players, sorry. This is a good treasure for Sioux civilization because they are cavalry based, so their army is mostly cavalry composition. So taking this treasure would help him really. It's 10%, but it would help him. And H2O coming in trying to steal the treasure here. He has a converted guardian here, so H2O doesn't want to take the fight, get caught in the fight because he has very low amount of HP and he doesn't want to risk losing the explorer. Kaiser also has low explorer and this garden is might so he has really messed up here. And H2O might get this treasure. Yes, H2O gets this treasure here. First bank coming up for H2O. You can get a bank faster on ESOC patch because it only costs 300 food compared to 350 food which costs on Re version of the game. But H2 is not gathering any coin and he would have idle TC time once he reaches H2. Very good amount of herding. All this hunt is in the safe zone of the TC for H2O and good TP placement from Kaiser. One of the feature of the TP is that it needs a distance of 15 in AoE 3 language, which means they cannot be built near to each other or like very near to each other. Kaiser is also up to H2, both aging up with 400 wood here. Kaiser taking a trade post and a market here. No military shipment from him so far. While H2O has decided to go for a barracks and bank wagon is being shipped. Houses are being built to make space for military population. Sioux already starts with full population space, so they don't have to make any houses. And we can see a stable which is called Coral for Sioux is going down for Kaiser. Some scouting done by H2O here. Haven't really talked about treasures this game, so let's see what kind of treasures both players have had. H2O managed to get 50 food, 50 wood, 9 and 60 food here, 55 coin. Well, Kaiser managed to get 90 wood and 20 coin plus 30 coin. So H2O had some advantage, some slightly more resources in treasures. 700 wood is the first shipment for Sioux player. He will get the market upgrades. Yes, so hunting dogs is being done by both the players here. So you can expect him to get a second trading post here, stagecoach upgrade from the 700 wood, or maybe make a second military building. So 700 wood coming in for H2O as well, and a third bank is going down. He has made 2 banks so far and one is from bank wagon shipment. As we can see in the military unit population, Kaiser has 10 military unit population, which is 5 X-Riders coming in for raid, and he has scouted the barracks, so he knows that H2 has gone for skirmishers, which I think is a bad choice against Sioux because Sioux usually likes to send 4 X-Riders first in H2 and raid the opponents, so making skirmishers against a civilization which sends hand cavalry as its first shipment in H2 doesn't seem like a very good choice. But H2's base building is impressive, blocking using trees and yes, using the trees to block hand cavalry from damaging skirmishers. Also minutemen were called up, so this is a good thing for Kaiser. And steel traps being done by H2O. 700 coin is being shipped while Kaiser ships 5 villagers. So 700 coin is an instant one-time economic boost for H2O, while 5 villagers is a overtime, but better the late game, better the shipment turns out. And Warhut is going to make some infantry as well as he gets map control because he can Gazin villagers in this. Well, H2 is fairly confined to his base now. There is no map control. The herds are drying up, and we should see H2 pushing out for herds soon. But Kaiser has decided to go full hand cavalry, and he is not going to make any bow riders. So some pikemen coming up for H2, and he's using his cows effectively to block. So this is the difference we see between many players, is that both are good mechanically, but it depends on Sometimes it depends on who uses map better. As we can see, H2O's best construction here. So although he has units which Kaiser effectively counters, it's still able to hold. And H2O is using his cows now to gather food fast, as he doesn't have any hunts in his base, is also the reason why he's gathering from cows. And I missed that, so sorry. H2 has already edged up to H3, has a 1 shipment ready, and Kaiser is also edging up to 3, and he also has 1 shipment ready. It will be interesting to see what both players do from here now. It is a general thinking of the community that Dutch is a good probably buffed more than they should have been. Well, Sioux also have been buffed, but the recent changes which reverts the Wakina speed so Sioux is basically not as good as they used to be on the previous iteration of the ESOC patch, at least military wise. So 1000 wood coming in for H2O here, and 9 Wakina rifles coming in for Kaiser here, and he has built 2 more TPs in the middle of the map. This will give him gather red boost here. Also, these TPs can be used defensively because they affect your units as well. And H2O has some skirmishamas here, very few pikemen, and this is, he will be forced to go back because of H2O's best construction here. He can't really push in without sieging this, which has 2500 HP and 4000 HP for a bank. So this is effectively better than ESOCP wall. Trade post upgrade is done for Kaiser, so he's getting resources now. While there is just 1 trading post from H2O, and which is not stagecoached, so no resource bonus for him. So, but he has 4 banks, and each bank is nearly worth 4 villagers gathering coin. So as we can see, the recalculated economic population is 41 against 33, and small skirmishes are going on here near H2O's base. Each player trying to micro to best of his ability. And H2O is finally out of his base, herding on the corner of the map, but this is a very unsafe hunt. If Kaiser realizes this, then he's blocked by cliffs here, and Kaiser is going for, so all these villagers are now at risk. These are 3 and 3, 6, 7 to 8 villagers are here, and they're all going to lose because, or he might escape from here, but trees are going to block him, and he's still going to lose a few villages. He's going to lose a few villages here, and writers are being sent. So he managed to save villages, but still a couple of them went down. Well, these TPs are being built all over the map. They're giving gather red boost to all his villages, which are spread out somewhat around the map. It is also giving him line of sight for potential raids from H2O. That means this hunt here and here are potentially safe hunts for Kaiser, because he doesn't have to build a warhead there, as he will know when H2O's units are coming there to raid. So H2O's composition is skirmishers and Reiter, which is effectively a dragoon type unit. So ranged infantry, skirmisher infantry, and ranged cavalry, while we have ranged skirmisher infantry and hand cavalry for Kaiser. Kaiser has a military advantage here, but again, like I'm saying, impressive base building from H2O is making it difficult for Kaiser to push in his base. If this would be a open area fight like here, then this might turn out very bad for H2O, but since he can just use his buildings and other stuff to block off hand cavalry from reaching the skirmishers. Taking a fight in his base would be a very good choice for H2, and this is exactly what he's doing. Dutch mid game and late game is very good, probably, and is a better civilization compared to Sioux. So he's just trying to drag the game as long as possible here. And as the time passes, it seems that Kaiser is losing his military advantage here. H2O has also got its second trade post and it is being stagecoached now, so he's also getting resources now, and any amount of closing the gap Kaiser managed to get with killing a couple of villagers is now been again retained by H2O. He's leading 4 villages to 40, and in army for the first time H2O is leading 65 to 63. Takes so Kaiser has got placer mines, but there is no placer mine from H2O yet, and he's getting so much coins, so placer mines would be really effective right now. And now H2O has a large enough mass so that he can push out of his base and secure some resources for himself. H2O Kaiser has middle of the map, so he has somewhat more resources, natural resources compared to H2O, but these banks provide lot of coins, so, and basically Dutch units cost coin more than food, so even having 1 hunt less for H2O should not affect him much. And H2O continued securing his military advantage here. Kaiserklein had sent cavalry combat to boost his cavalry here. So much cavalry he has. And you can do some fishing on this map as well. There are some fishes, 4 wells are there, but no player has decided to go fishing so far. They might decide if they run out of hunts in the future. Kaiser has lost the military advantage here, so in my opinion the best option here is to defend at somewhere here near his TPs, which will be affecting his units as well, and maybe make a war hut or 2 more so that war hut continuously attacks H2O's units while they're fighting. And we have so H2O is trying to push out now potentially. So 6 X-Riders coming for Kaiserklein here. There is a bit of lag now, and they are not fighting because of the lag, which is really sad, but I think H2O has managed to do a decent job here. I would say this is a decisive victory for H2O. We managed to neutralize all the hand cavalry while losing minimum amount of skirmishers, effectively microing his rioters. So this is game number 3 and the first Friday Fantastic Showdown has been won by H2O. H2O decks game number 3 on ESOC Manchuria. Originally the map was intended to be ESOC Bonnie Springs, but it was changed to Manchuria due to technical issues, and H2O has won this game. So it's 3-0 for H2O, and that brings our series to close for today. H2O managed to outgather here Kaiser. And So yeah, this is a interesting thing where scum and hand cavalry should count as scum and range cavalry, but in my opinion, when you have so much amount of range cavalry and because this is one population unit, it is not possible to effectively counter or micro your skirmishers as much as when you would be fighting dragoons, because there are two population units. So whenever it dies, effectively two units are dying, but here only one unit is dying. So you have to micro in depth to avoid overkilling these units, which is a hard job to do. So probably I would agree that with any other civilization than Dutch, hand cavalry and skirmishers should win. But when you have 50 rioters instead of 25 dragoons, I would say that Dutch wins in this combination. So they have decided to play one more game, which let's see if I can join this. Or yes, I can join this. So this is just a show match between H2O and Kaiser. The Bo5 series is over. H2O has taken 3-0 and H2O is the first winner of first Fantastic Friday Showdown match series, sorry, which is which will be a weekly series, which would be casted on every Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, depending on player availability and real life struggles of everyone. From either one of the day, that it's Saturday, Friday, or Sunday, you can weekly expect show matches with interesting challenges. Like today's interesting challenge was a blind pick civilization because there was no option to counter pick. So we would be back next week with some interesting rule set. So this is show match between H2O and Kaiser. H2O has decided to go Spain again. He already played Spain in BO series, and Kaiser has decided to go for Germany, which is his best civilization. One thing I would like to say about H2O Spain is about a year or so ago when EP was released, EP maps were released, and first or second iteration of EP was released, H2O was among the first players to go and play Spain, and I think he's the one responsible for introducing 4 to 5 trade posts in H2 meta gameplay for Spain. Traditionally, Spain would just take one trade post, age up with 200 coin, one trade post, and go to fast fortress. But colonial play from Spain was something we rarely seen from high level players, and H2O was among the first players to introduce the colonial play for Spain, of course on trading post maps, which had like 4 to 5 trading posts. So this map has 4 trading posts, and it would be interesting to see what H2O does here. So Kaiser has decided to take a trading post. It was a 200 wood start, and Kaiser has decided to take a trading post and is collecting wood for the house. Well, H2O has decided to go for a house instead of trading post. H2O did something smart here, which we all should note, is that H2O tried to delay the house till the last moment possible, so that if he finds a 90 wood treasure, he can effectively collect 10 wood and get a trading post plus house. So units in queue, and both have villagers, while H2O has a trading post. So H2O found some wood treasure, which I apparently missed. Yes, H2O found 100 wood, and he's going to take a trading post as well. He has decided to take a trading post in the mid of the map and not at the side, unlike Kaiser. So you can say Kaiser's trading post is pretty much safe, while H2O's trading post would be contested throughout the gameplay. Kaiser retasking all his villagers back to food, and H2O has his first shipment available. He has not sent it yet. Okay, so he has a second shipment available. He has sent 3 villagers first and 2 settler wagons for Germany, which is standard for both of them. So plus mine, okay. And I would say yes, he's missing a top hunt and a mine. Yes, I'm not sure how this map actually spawns, but I did not check because I forgot to check because it was just a show match. Something I'm apologize for, and I will make a note to check it in the future. So some explorer micro going on here for a treasure which is worth 60 wood, and Kaiser has managed to get the treasure here, but in the process is going to lose his explorer, and which will effectively deny him a second trading post during age up, and he has already started to age up. So instead of going for a second trading post, Kaiser has decided to go for a market because he knows that he cannot go for a trading post when he's being snared by the native and explorer. He's going to die, but he will make sure that he dies in the range of one of his building or a unit so that it revives once he's aged up. He could have just died at the trading post as well, but H2O was sieging the trading post, and when he edges up, H2O would have killed his explorer again. That's why he decided to go to home city, town center, or base. I mean, and H2O is almost up. And Kaiser is up as well. H2O decided to go with a trading post and 200 coin this matchup. Last time he saw going for 500 food. This time he has edged up with the outpost and 200 coin. So H2 is looking to get some map control here, get this hunt and a mine. While we are seeing no military building from Germany. Germany needs to build a house as soon as they age because they sent 3 settler wagon standard as the first shipment in H2, which costs 6 population for villages and 4 population for 2 ulans you receive with them, which is effectively 10 population. So you get housed and your TC will be idle. So you have to build a house first before building a military shipment, which something other civilizations don't have to do. One of the advantage of this is he gets 2 free ulans and he can effectively raid from them immediately. So while there is no military building from Spain so far, but H2O has gathered resources to age up fairly quickly, sending 700 coin as its second shipment, while Germany had sent 3 settler wagons. So H2O is going to age up here, and this outpost will serve as a, I can't exactly say a forward base, but something to slow down Kaiser's push if he decides to go for an aggressive rush build. So Kaiser has also sent 700 coin, wood not coming in. So Kaiser is also going to age up, and Kaiser, despite aging later than H2O, would age up faster because he has the option to fast age, while H2O doesn't have a fast age option. And H2O is being idled here. These villages are idled as well. So this is slightly sloppy from H2O. You would never see H2O idling his wheels here. So this is a little sloppy gameplay from H2O, and this is a safe hunt for H2O because it is in the range of his outpost. Another hunt coming in, and one village is already down, but he managed to save this villager and using his explorer to kill the Ulan, but it will manage, although very low HP here, almost 1/3 HP remaining on that Ulan now. So as you can see, there is no military population from H2O so far, and Kaiser, despite having aged up late, has managed to reach earlier because of the fast fortress stake Germany gets, something which Spain doesn't get. However, Spain gets some units upon age up. We will see what H2O has aged up with, but usually H2O likes to age with 4 hussars, so I'm expecting a 4 hussar. And Kaiser has found a 20% explorer boost here, calling it as a nice treasure. So Kaiser has built stable, and he has a war wagon in queue, while H2O has hussars in queue. So this is some good mind game from. I mean, he had seen H2O making hussars, therefore he's going for war wagon, which effectively counter hussars because they are anti-hand cavalry. But he has managed to get 4 more hussars, and he will kill his remaining Uhlans, diffusing whatever threat he had. So 3 war wagons is the first shipment, and 4 war wagons are being trained. War wagons are literally tank of Age of Empires 3 because they have so high HP. They have 500 HP in Age 3. They have over 1000 HP when nearly 1000 HP when you fully upgrade them, and they only cost 3 population here. Only other units which have more HP than war wagons are elephants, which India gets, but they cost huge amounts of population, like 6 or 7. So some goons coming in, some little fight going on here. H2 doesn't really have the army to counter Kaiser's army here. This house is going to go down, and H2 will get popped here, but he won't lose a villager here. And Minutemen are being forced out. One of the disadvantages of war wagons is the DPS. Well, what I mean is 33 war wagons and 50 dragoons are effectively almost same population, but 33 war wagons are much worse than 50 dragoons, because when you lose 1 war wagon, you lose a lot amount of damage power and HP. So it basically snowballs into dragoons' favor in the end, and war wagons lose much faster in a more bad way than they should have. But when you are training 5 dragoons and when you are training 5 war wagons definitely win out here. So a barracks and a stable, skirmisher and dragoon composition is what H2O is going for. There is no barracks from there is a barracks from H2O, which is well at the very back of base. So they have to walk all the way here. Does he expect H2O to push with cannons? That seems the most likely reason as to why he would build barracks so back. Or he might not have a villager nearby and he did not want to walk them. But Kaiser is out of hunts now, and he will have to go either here or here to gather the hunts, or he can hurt this as well. Putting an outpost there should give him safe hunts and map control as well. Interestingly, no player have decided to go for additional trade posts. Let's have a look at their trading at their decks. H2O has the similar deck we saw using in the series. Advanced trading post, however, is not used this game, as he realized he will not be able to contend trading post fight with Kaiser's Germany maybe. And Kaiser effectively kept him busy in explorer fights. So Kaiser leading in score right now, but Germany does have some decent H3 shipments like 9 Uhlans, 7 Uhlans, 8 skirmishers, 7 skirmishers, 9 Black Riders, and 13 Aegers. Well, Spain doesn't have so many military shipments. I mean, they have good military shipments like 5 Lancers, 8 Rods, but sheer amount of shipments Germany has, they have like 3 shipments for each shipment Spain has. 2 to 3 shipments for each shipment Spain has. So while Spain has to make military units from barracks and stable, Germany can just ship them from home city. And this is a good strategy from Kaiser, building wall as LOS points here, not investing 250 wood in an outpost, but just investing 10 wood in walls here, which effectively gives him the same LOS as outposts, but not the Guardian ability the outposts has. So he has to go all the way back to TC if he gets raided or bring his army in. Trading post taking some damage. H2 not repairing it so far. Let's see what are the techs researched. So Kaiser has done placer mines and hunting dogs as well as steel traps and lumberjack for this is gang saw for wood. Well, same amount of upgrades from H2O as well. So population wise, Kaiser is leading here 102 to 86, but Kaiser is leading in economy as well 42 to 34. One house going down for Kaiser. Still he won't get popped. He will get popped 146 out of 150. Some skirmisher fights going on here, and this fight clearly is won by H2Os because he has a higher amount of skirmishers. So 9 Uhlans have been sent while 2 Falconet is coming for Spain. Some skirmishers have been killed as they're trying to run away from the battlefield, while the wall segments are being killed as well to deny LOS to Kaiser. But Kaiser has decided to go all in here, and these Uhlans have really high damage per second, but there are just not enough Uhlans. They will be able to hand block here, but War Wagon sniping the cannons off, so both the cannons are dead now. And now this military composition, Kaiser has the military composition advantage here. He has 3 unit types, skirmisher, war wagon and Uhlans, which is hand cavalry, while H2O has only skirmishers and dragoons. One of the major drawback of 2 unit composition, that is dragoon and skirmisher, is that you do not have any hand unit or a body block unit to defend skirmishers from cavalry. So if a player decides, when you have a high Uhlan mass, and if he decides to go in with say 20 to 30 Uhlans, have 20 to 30 skirmishers at back and 5 to 10 war wagons, then Spain really doesn't have any body blocking units to defend their skirmishers, and that means they lose skirmishers more than they ideally would if he would have few hussars or a musketeer here. Personally speaking, I like 3 unit compositions, and such as musketeer, hussar and skirmishers. But in 1v1, as we can see, 2 unit composition is fairly standard. It is okay to go 3 unit composition with Germany because you have some insanely good shipments like 8 skirmishers, 7 skirmishers, 9 Uhlans and 8 Uhlans, while you make war wagons from the stable, so you can mass all type of units, while Spain doesn't have that kind of liberty. But like I was saying, H2O is adding some hussars here for body blocking these Uhlans from reaching skirmishers, but they okay, so this is a misclick from Kaiser. He brought skirmishers way too forward. Still, those hussars won't be damaging skirmishers here, and H2O is bringing villagers into the fight here. These trees are blocking Uhlans very good, and H2O has managed to clear all the Uhlans here, and now it's skirmisher and 5 lancers coming in for H2O. They will clear this skirmisher population, but sniping lancers with war wagon will kill them very fast. As you can see, they're just going down like dominoes, and lancers actually went down before they could do any damage to skirmishers, and Kaiser's sniping the villagers here because he has lost the fight, but he is going to take the economic advantage by killing few H2O villagers. Let's see how many villages H2O has lost. H2O has lost 5 villages, but Kaiser has lost 5 villages as well. H2O also doing the same, sniping of the villages instead of skirmishers as to deny the military advantage. So H2O has 36 villager economy, while Germany, that is Kaiser, has 41. He also has a military advantage here with 65 against 42. 5 Uhlans coming in from him. And like I was saying, Kaiser missing a mine at the back of his base is going to show its effects now because Kaiser is being forced off his mines. He's going to lose a couple villages here, and he has to make something happen if he has to take control of this mine here. H2O has control of this mine. So this is really the last mine Kaiser has, and he has to deny map control to H2O here, because if H2O takes map control, then Kaiser has no mine, which means he cannot make any more military shipments, as Germany is coin heavy. So he has decided to take the fight here, and there is no map advantage to H2O like he had with the tree. Misclick here, skirmishes moving forward, and Uhlans will get a couple hit on them. So H2O is going to lose his entire army here, pulling the war wagons off because he doesn't want H2O skirmishers snapping them off, and five hussars coming and clearing his own skirmishers. So H2O war wagons are back safe, and if in case H2O decides to make hussars, these war wagons will come and defend its skirmishers. So 1,000 coin is coming up for Kaiser, and 5 hussars, 4 lancers, and cavalry combat has been sent by H2O. We can also see that Kaiser has sent 9 Uhlans, 8 Uhlans, and 7 skirmishers. That's why he had such a huge mass of units which he had. Now the interesting thing about this map is you have Cree natives in your base, which gives Cree villagers, which would be a nice boost to your economy. So at this point, maybe both players should take it. So H2O is, Kaiser is basically out of mines now. Only 71 coin remaining here, and H2O playing smartly has also cleared up this mine. Only 500 coin remaining on the mine, and Kaiser would be now forced on plantations, or he can make a dock and make 16 fishing boats. So the economic advantage is still at 4 villages, while military advantage is slightly lowering and slightly turning into H2O's favor. He still has good amount of skirmishers here and would clear up H2O's army here, but from where this goes from here, it looks very hard for Kaiser, because he will have to make plantations now while H2O still gathers from natural resources, and you gather very fast from natural resources. So 5 lancers coming in, and they are attacking war wagon, but 2 of them are down. So some good micro here from Kaiser, killing both of the lancers at the same time. That is making maximum use of the army he has. H Pikeman coming in for H2, which is a H2 shipment, so he is out of H3 shipments, or shipments which you can send. He has sent all the shipments here except Royal Mint and Refrigeration, which are basically economy shipments, and right now the game is down to each and every unit, and H2 wants to make it count, so it's sending 8 pikemen, and as you can see, he has been making dogs as well whenever possible. But Kaiser is really out of coin now, and he cannot keep making war wagons while H2 has coin and he can keep making lances. So this is game for Kaiser. So yeah, you can say this village is going on waters. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you have enjoyed Fantastic Friday Showdown. I once again repeat, the result was 3-0 in favor of H2O, and this was a show match which is again won by H2O, so effectively H2O winning 4-0. Yeah, one more thing, if you're interested in co-casting with me, then I would be happy to co-cast with you. So if you're interested, then please send me a Twitch message on TRGAOE3, which is my Twitch ID, or you can send me a message on Discord, which is Prince of Carthage, or you can send me a message on ESOC forums, again ID is Prince of Carthage, or you can send me a message on AOE3 ESO client when I'm online. My ID is Savory Beef. So thank you for watching, and thank you for playing for both the players. Have fun, everyone. Bye bye. See ya.